The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
This is the Alpha Sessions. I'm Emma and I'm here with Tali Shear. Hello.
Hello.
Thanks so much for coming on the show. I wanted to ask you actually, at what point did you realise music was your thing?
Probably from quite young. I mean, my mum is also kind of a musician.
Okay.
She's a music teacher. And so ever since I was young, I've been in the school choir and singing with my mum and singing around the house. And so I kind of from very young knew I loved to sing. I mean, maybe it wasn't till I was 14 and I stole my sister's guitar that I was like, actually, maybe I could do something with this. But I think from quite a young age, I used to always jump on a stage whenever I had the opportunity to.
Did you start writing songs from quite a young age as well? Like, at what point did you realise you could do that?
Yeah, probably also quite young. I mean, I started off with writing poems. So I think when I was 12, when my grandma passed away, I wrote a poem about that. And then I was like slowly started putting my poems to music. So I think the whole process started from quite a young age of writing. But the actual songs came together again the similar time of like 14 when I started playing guitar and a bit of piano, and I could sort of string the words to some music and just really enjoyed the whole process. So yeah, probably quite young.
So does that mean the lyrics still come first?
Oh, I don't know. I definitely used to.
Yeah.
But now I'm sort of transitioning. Sometimes I'll come up with a theme and then I'll have sort of this chord progression I think is quite happy or sad melodic or something. I've got like a tune in my head and then I'll put words to the tune. I try to do both, mix up wherever I can.
What music did you listen to growing up?
Probably quite a mix of things. A lot of stuff was just what came from the radio, like pop music on the radio. Around the house, we'd always sort of, my parents would show me things like the Beatles, so I always kind of knew the pop music from their time, especially my grandparents as well. They'd always show me the music that they listened to, so I'd love that kind of thing, but probably mostly radio pop music would be what my younger self listened to.
Do you think that some of those artists have sort of been injected into your music today?
Maybe a little bit. I mean, I'm thinking like when I was younger, I used to watch X Factor and things like people like Fiona Lewis. When I was younger, I thought was amazing. Alexandra Burke. I'm sure bits, and so even now, I love performing the song Hallelujah, which originally I would have seen her perform on X Factor, and then I sort of went back and listened to the Jeff Buckley version and everything. So yeah, definitely they have influences here and there in my music, but I probably wouldn't have thought that they do influence my music as much as they do, which is quite cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think it happens without realizing, like almost like in your subconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Also, you've got a brand new single, Painting.
Yes.
So exciting. What's that about?
It's a love song. I kind of wanted it to be the soundtrack to falling in love. Like for me, music is everything. So when I find someone, I want to share my music with them. I want them to share music with me. I want to just lie down and listen to music for hours. And that's what the song is, sort of being in your own world, listening to like the line in the chorus is stare at the ceiling, listen to the sound. It's all about just like lying down, listening to music with the person you're falling in love with. I just wanted it to sound like the soundtrack to falling in love, you know, big warm hug and a like fuzzy feeling. So I hope it came across in the song.
Blue smoke rising up off the cigarette. I look at you and I can't forget this moment. Watch your eyes against the black screen behind it, falling through to a world where I knew it's one of our own. 'Cause in that small room ceiling. Listen to the sound of the music, filling up the air, creating something only we can share, sheltering us from all else we know. Like you said, in a painting, each strand of hair, painted by your brush and each stroke in brown and gold. 'Cause in a smooth room, ooh, ooh, sheltering us from all else we know. Stare at the ceiling, listen to the sound of the music, filling up the air, creating something only we can share, sheltering us from all else we know. Sheltering us from all else we know.
The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
What made you want to release it now?
That one, I've been sort of playing with a lot of my old songs. I knew I wanted to release something else. It's been a while, and I was like going through all my old songs, trying to figure out which would be my next release.
Yeah.
And at that time, I hadn't written painting, and then I was sort of sitting down one day and just wrote painting in the space of like 45 minutes, an hour. It all just kind of came out in one, and I just like fell in love with my own song, and I knew that had to be the one I had to release, just because I was so attached to it in a different way to the other songs that I'd written. So I just knew straight away, as soon as I'd written it, that was the next song I wanted to record. So I spoke to this amazing producer, Josh Northwood, and sort of explained to him what I wanted to come out from the song. I said I wanted violins, I wanted it to be beautiful and like a warm hug. And he produced this incredible track, and it was all like a really quick turnaround. Went to the studio, recorded it, and then released it like a month later.
Crazy stuff like that when it happens like that. Just I admire so much, because I wouldn't even know where to start. Is it based on a personal experience?
No, not this one.
Okay.
But maybe one day.
Never know. 2021 has been a crazy year for everyone, especially the music industry. But you've done loads of gigs this year. First of all, how have you managed it?
It's been a tough year.
Yeah.
Especially with the online sort of, like at the beginning of the year, I did a live stream, and that was strange because I'm just so used to performing to people that performing to just a cameraman was really, really weird, but it was a really cool experience.
That was the one for cancer research, right?
Yeah,
cool.
It was just like a really fun experience because we recorded it before, and then I got to sort of watch it back with all my friends. Like a bunch of friends came around. I was at uni, and we all sort of sat and watched it together, and it was just like a really cool experience to have been able to do.
Yeah.
The social distance gigs have been strange as well.
Have you done quite a few of them?
Yeah, a couple of them. I mean, the one, it's funny because I did one at a gig venue that I've been to before, non-social distance.
Okay.
So to be there performing with everyone just sitting on chairs is quite
weird.
Different. Yeah. I mean, it was still good fun, and I had a really, really good time.
Are you going to continue the live streams or?
Maybe. I mean, yeah, it's looking like stuff is going to start looking up again. So I feel like I have to get back onto the live streams and that kind of thing. And it's a cool avenue to go down. I mean, I did I was talking to someone recently about how like live streams could become just a normal part of the music industry.
Yeah.
I mean, you can hear people around the world singing as if it was live.
Yeah.
It's really, really cool concept, but I just think I'll probably need a bit more practice.
So would the idea for you be that eventually you'd have both running through at the same time?
Yeah, hopefully.
Cool.
Yeah. But I mean, there's no real, like, singing on a stage to people doesn't, like, that's the best feeling. It's really hard to get something that compares to that.
Yeah, 100%. It's hard, really hard. Like, I can't even. And when you do the live streams, do you have the chat open?
I don't, but that could be something that I'll discover in the next few months. I've never really thought about it, but that'd be quite cool.
I always think it's cool, but also it must feel a little bit like being heckled, like from your camera. Do you know?
Sure, it was a bit distracting. I feel like I'd be singing and then I'd be trying to like read what's going on.
Wait, what does that say?
You don't like this one?
Yeah. Shall I stop now?
Yeah.
How come you chose cancer research to be your charity?
So my grandma, who I wrote my first one about, passed away from cancer. So it's always been a very important charity in the family. It means a lot to me. I do sort of just have a really strong. I was like, there were a couple charities that I was really wanting to donate to, and I did ask a lot of my friends, and I did ask people on my account as well. Does anyone have any strong affiliations with any charities? But just when it came down to it, I really just felt an emotional connection to raising money for cancer research. So that was the choice.
It's a great charity.
Yeah.
Who's on your playlist at the moment?
Oh, God, I don't know. Tom O'Dell is the constant.
Okay.
He's always being played for me.
Yeah.
And he also released an album recently-ish, which I think is incredible. So I recommend to anyone. I've been trying to listen to music recently from different languages. So I'm listening to. I don't want to say it really wrong because it's a German band.
Okay.
No, I'll just butcher the name. But there's some really good German bands out there and some French artists that I've been listening to.
Are the tracks in French and German, or is it like? Yeah. Oh, cool. Okay.
I mean, I don't understand a word of what they're saying. It's just really beautiful music, really fun music. So it's been cool listening to that. I'm trying to listen like a bit more of sort of trip hop, I think it's called, and like trancey music.
Okay.
So if my music would ever go down that avenue, hear things, get some inspiration from different types of genres. So that's like currently what I'm listening to.
Do you find yourself like in everyday life constantly looking for inspiration?
Yeah, I think so. I'm always looking for new music as well. I'm like constantly on release radar and discover me on Spotify because I'm always looking for new things, especially in like different genres. I just think it's really cool to listen to what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I always try and get some inspiration wherever I can.
Who would you say that you're inspired by, artist-wise?
Tom O'Dell, definitely.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, it's like number one for me. I think for me, it's his songwriting rather than like perform. I mean, he's an incredible performer, but his songwriting and the way he tells a story within a song, and he particularly writes the music and releases the music that he wants to, rather than whatever a label has told him to, or anything that the industry has told him. He just has his own like path and he follows it, and I really respect it. Yeah. So he's definitely a big inspiration, probably number one.
So Last Train Home is a great track. Can you tell me what it's all about?
So Last Train Home is about not wanting to get the last train home so you can spend the night with this person you've met at a party.
Okay.
It's like the song that of all my friends and all my family and my fans and everything, it's the one song that most people know the words to. So I usually will sing it every time I perform, because everyone will join in with the chorus who knows the song. It's like, I think, my most popular on Spotify, so I just love it. Like, that song's like my little baby. The second time I released, like, I love that one.
Do you find that quite surreal when you're at a gig and you play it and you have the audience sing it back to you?
Yeah, I love it. So, I mean, I have like incredible friends and fans and people I've met. Like, I've performed at like small pub venues, and people have come up to me afterwards and been like, "Oh, your music's great. Where can I find your music?" And then we end up like creating great friendships. And so people like that, who really like love my music and I know and love and respect, and vice versa. It's so cool when they'll come to a gig and they'll sing and join in with me, and it's like the best rush, being on stage and having people singing your song. It's amazing.
Across the room, and I still see you. Everyone's dancing, but my mind is lost on your smile through the dim lights. In the dark night don't seem so dark anymore, 'cause I'm wearing those glasses. They're rosy shades and heart shaped. I'm looking at you over my shoulder. You're looking back. My heart's feeling it now. So time ain't waiting for nobody. Wait for your body. Don't wanna be here all alone. And I've been drinking crazy hours, thinking maybe we could miss the last train. Let's go out to where no one knows. We can walk around till our feet get cold. Oh, we can walk till the morning sun. I don't mind as long as I've got you by my side. 'Cause I'm wearing those glasses. They're rosy shade and heart shaped. I'm looking at you over my shoulder. You're looking back. My heart's feeling it now. So time ain't waiting for nobody. Wait for your body. Don't wanna be here all alone. And I've been drinking crazy hours, thinking maybe we can miss the last train. 'Cause I'm wearing those glasses. They're rosy shade and heart shaped. I'm looking at you over my shoulder. You're looking back. My heart's feeling it now.
The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
Do you have any New Year's musical resolutions?
That's such a good question. I haven't really thought about it. I do definitely want to keep releasing music.
Okay.
I've been a little bit more inactive because I just started a new job this year, so I've been a little bit more inactive on my Instagram, sort of recording a bit less and posting a bit less. So 2022, I definitely want to be a lot more active, a lot more like consistent with showing people the music that I'm writing rather than just keeping it for myself. So that's probably number 1 and 2 on the list.
Do you find that hard? Like, if you're writing about personal experiences to then show them off, is that not like revealing all your secrets?
Yeah. I was having this conversation with someone recently as well. I always wonder if people know which songs have been written about them.
Yeah,
I think many of them have been.
Yeah.
I mean, some have been written about people. Most haven't, to be fair.
Do you ever like get phone calls from people going, you know that song that you wrote last year? Was that about me?
I haven't, but I wouldn't be surprised if one came through.
Also wanted to ask you about your previous single, Full, which is also a great track. And I wanted to ask what it was about.
That one was about sort of falling for someone too quickly, and just quite literally being played as a fool. I mean, they clearly didn't have the same intentions as you, and you were falling for them, and you ended up getting hurt. Not the nicest, not the nicest, but it happened, and it all came out.
They say that the saddest stories make for good songs, so every sad.
Exactly. So I have someone out there to thank for that one.
We've all done it. Has the pandemic over the last couple of years affected the way that you've promoted your music?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's been a lot more difficult to get gigs and things like that. So there's a lot more of a pressure of like posting online, especially things like TikTok.
Yeah.
I mean, some artists have done incredibly well over TikTok. And again, it's the same thing with like consistency, because I also have like my job and different things going on in my degree and my life. I find it so hard to like consistently have things to post on TikTok. I mean, I've got all the songs, I songwrite all the time, but to record like a song, feel proud of it, feel happy to release it to TikTok is a whole nother story. So I find it quite hard to be consistent with that. But that is something I'm trying to go down and pursue as well.
It's another New Year's resolution.
True, that's on the list.
Who would you say were your ones to watch for 2022?
Oh, there's an artist, Matilda Homer.
Oh, cool.
She's doing incredibly well at the moment, and she's definitely one to watch for the year. I think she's just gonna like skyrocket and do amazing things.
Nice.
Like an incredible artist. I'm actually not too sure. I'm so bad at like, I have a friend who's got such a talent for seeing an artist, and then in about a year's time they have a trending song, or they're doing really well. I'm like, when's it my turn?
And then finally, if you could forget COVID was a thing, and if someone called you tomorrow and said that you could play any venue in the world, where would you want to play?
In the world?
Yeah, in the world.
That's really, really big. I've never really thought about that. I want to get out of London.
Okay.
But I don't know where. I don't know. I actually, God, I don't know. Somewhere in America would be amazing. I've never been to America before, so I'd love.
Whereabouts in America would you want to perform?
Like LA.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really given it much thought, but just to be able to travel and do music would be amazing, because I've only ever sang in the UK, so I'd love to be able to sing somewhere else, a different continent would be so cool. That's also maybe on the 2022 list.
Maybe you could get in touch with that German band that you like, and then
True.
You guys could like, I don't know.
You can learn some German.
Yeah, why not?
If I don't know how to pronounce their name, I will.
I'm just mucking about, but it might be an idea. I don't know. Okay, part 2 of that question then. You're in your dream gig venue in LA, and you can collaborate with anyone in the world. Who would be on that stage with you?
Oh my.
They could be dead or alive as well.
Dead or alive?
Yeah.
Wow. I've got 2 people in my head.
Okay.
I feel like they're both very So one of them's Adele.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people
Wow.
would. Always just, yeah, I mean, that
She
voice.
could fly in from Vegas, doing her
Yeah.
residency, stop by LA, do a gig with you, and then go back. That'd be
One
great.
song with me,
Yeah, exactly.
Draw a crowd in.
Yeah.
It would just be so cool to do like a big powerhouse song with her. I just
Nice.
imagine like this big female duet. Just would be incredible, like blow everyone away.
Yeah.
That's like a big dream. And then the other one who I think would be so cool would be someone like Jeff Buckley.
Yes.
Just like incredible musician, and it would be so cool to just stand on stage and like watch his artistry while I was performing with him.
Nice.
Like, that would be so awesome. And I love performing Hallelujah so much. It's usually like how I end my gigs, because then everyone joins in together and you've got the whole like crowd swaying, audience swaying and singing along. So to be able to sing that with him would have been awesome.
And finally, this is so funny, you, Jeff Buckley and Adele are on this stage, and you could have a dream rider. What would be on that rider?
I'm a very indecisive person, so making decisions is not my strong.
That's fine. You can leave it to Adele and Jeff. Jeff, are we on good terms
they
now?
can
Like,
fly. Yeah,
Jeff's my best mate.
Yeah, obviously they can have whatever they want. Like
Okay.
if they're singing with me, they can decide everything.
And then like you'll just jump on the back of whatever they're having and have the same.
Yeah,
Cool. Okay.
yeah. I'm there loving every second.
Cool. Well, if people want to find out more about you, where can they go? What can they do?
Well, for my music, all distribution platforms, Spotify,
Yeah.
Music, wherever you listen to. I try post mostly on Instagram. That's at Tali Shear Music, and
that's Tally with an I at the end, not a Y.
Yeah,
Cool.
TALI. Yeah. Facebook, my Facebook page. I am trying to get really good on TikTok, so if anyone's on there, drop me a follow.
Yeah.
I'm everywhere on Tali Shear Music.
And then finally, the final track, which you've just sort of told me on the slide that might be an exclusive.
Yes. So this is called Could Have Been Us. It might or might not be released soon.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's about sort of talking on behalf of someone else who messed up their relationship. They lost the person that they care about most, and they're thinking, oh, if only I'd done something differently, it could have been us. Yeah.
Can't wait to hear it. Well, thank you so much for coming into the studio. Well, talking to me online, not coming to the studio. Hopefully we'll be able to get you into the studio at some point. That'll be really exciting.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
Thank you so much.
She says it's easier this time, but you know in her eyes it's not the same. She says he doesn't play those games. She's happier now, she's got to wait. But for you it's hard, 'cause you're not that strong. And when you get the text, it breaks you, knowing you have made it wrong, and you wish you could move on. But it's this and jealousy, now she's with another man, and it's so hard for you to see. Thinking it could have been me, it could have been us, could have been the one you call when times are getting rough. It could have been me lying in your bed, the one you turn to when you're all in your head. And you never had before, something you knew she did want. But for you it's harder, 'cause you're not that strong. And when you get the text, it breaks you, knowing you have made it wrong. And you wish you could move on, but it's this and jealousy. Now she's with another man, and it's so hard for you to see. Thinking it could have been me, it could have been us, could have been the one you called when times are getting rough. It could have been me, lying in your bed, the one you turn to when you're wrong in your head. And ba-da-da-da-da-da-da, you wish you had been there. And ba-da-da-da-da-da, she still lets you know you're sometimes in her head. But for you it's harder, 'cause you're not that strong. And when you get a taste, it breaks you, knowing you have made it wrong. And you wish you could move on, but it's this and jealousy. Now she's with another man, and it's so hard